If you look at our example, we have a basic web page shown here. The web page itself is shown on the left side, displayed on a tab within Internet Explorer. On the right side of the screen is the actual HTML coding, which is on a text document, and we've saved it with the HTML file extension, and we've opened it in Notepad++ so that we can make edits to the file. What we want to do in this tutorial is make small changes to the bold part of the paragraph. Notice that in the body we have text that says, I wanted this text to be bold in appearance. What we're going to do is change that section there so that it's not bold, but within its own paragraph. And so we're going to use the paragraph element along with the style attribute to take that text, put it in its own paragraph, and then center it. So to do that, I first get rid of the bold element and replace it with P for paragraph. And I may as well do that at the end before I forget. Now, to add a style attribute to the paragraph element, I click at the very beginning, right after the letter P. I put in the space, and now I type in the style that I want to add. And so I'm just going to paste that in. Notice that I have the P, space, style equals, and then I have a double quote. Now, because I'm doing this, in essence, outside of a style sheet, I'm doing this as part of my HTML document, I have to use double quotes to start my style, and then I have to use a double quote to end it. And then in between our double quotes, I have the color with a colon and then a space, the word red, a semicolon, and then the words text-align, colon, center. And of course I have my double quotes after that. And so now I'm going to click so that's no longer highlighted. What you would expect is a new paragraph. And so on the left side of the screen, this text that's in bold, you would expect it to be put on its own line, for the text to turn red, and then for it to be centered when I update. I'm going to save just to be safe, to make sure that all of the information that I entered is saved. I'm going to click on the web page on the left side of the screen and press F5 to implement my change. And notice how what we expected is what occurred. I've added a number of items to this web page. If you start from the top, on the right side you'll see that I have an HTML document open, and I'm using Notepad++ to edit this document. On the left side of the screen, I have Internet Explorer version 8 open with the contents of my web coding shown on the page. And so starting from the top, I open an HTML document. Going all the way down to the bottom, I also mark its close. And I do this by putting the / in front of the word HTML and then enclosing that between the less than and the greater than signs that we have listed there. And then I have a title for the web page. Now, look closely at Internet Explorer's tab on the left side of the screen, and it shows this is a web page title. And so that's how you can change what shows on the tab for each web page that you open through the title. In my Notepad++ document, I end my title as you see here. I also end the header, since that's the end of information that's part of that portion of the page. In the body, we have typed, this is the body of the web page. And now using an inline tag, I typed in, I wanted this text to be bold in appearance. And we have a bold and an end bold around that sentence. And notice how that looks on the left side of the screen in the browser. If I want this to be on its own separate line, what I would need to do is enclose it either in a start and end paragraph tag or put a line break there. And so if you look here, we have two paragraphs. This is a new paragraph, and then this is another paragraph. And notice there really isn't any new lines between those two. And so we have the start of a paragraph, our words, and the end of a paragraph. And then the start of another paragraph, and then the end of that same paragraph. Notice how they appear in the web page. And so they're both brand new paragraphs, and they're right above the lists that we have shown there. Let's take a second to take a look at the ordered list. This ordered list that we have, and if you look on the left side, you'll see that we have the first item in the list, number 1, and that's what makes it an ordered list, because it shows 1, 2, 3, 4, the numerical order. Then we have the second item in the list, the third, and the fourth. Now we start with the ordered list tag. We have this here on the screen, OL. For each line item, we have to begin the line item and then enter our text for the line item and end the line item with the closing tag, and we did that for each item. After we enter our last line item, then we have to remember to close the ordered list. An unordered list is a bulleted list, typically, and you can change that. That appears here in the web browser. Notice that we have bullets, and there's no particular order indicated. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4 or anything like that. And we accomplish this, if you look in the Notepad+ document, in very much the same manner that we created an ordered list. And so we start with the unordered list command, and then we close it. And in between, we list each of our line items as we did before. Next, I close the body, and then close the HTML document. Now if I make a change here, and I'm just going to delete this fourth item in the list, and I can delete the blank line to keep it clean, and then I'm going to save what I did, Control S, click on my web page, press F5 to refresh it. Notice how the fourth item is gone. And so when I make changes in my HTML document, in this case through Notepad++, I save the changes, go to the web page, click on it, and then press F5 to refresh it.